The last time that we covered Gabriel Gage, better known as Nova Online, he had just been exposed once again, this time for running a Discord server that he claimed was age restricted, but as so many people suspected, there were still kids in there. This led to a lot of weird conversations between adults and minors, until eventually the server was hacked and shut down, much to the chagrin of Nova. Well, some time has passed and a lot of people have questions. How has the public reacted to the news of Nova's newest scandal? How has he reacted? How much worse has his home gotten? And how much has life changed since he turned 21? Well, we're going to answer all of those questions and more today, because in this short period of time since we last covered Nova, so much has happened. From being confronted by trolls in his own backyard, to a local pride parade that he was filmed at, Nova has been very busy, and we have learned so much about his life post-Discord disaster. After said disaster and the subsequent meltdowns, Nova would take a very short break in posting, which is usually just 1 or 2 days, and he would return referencing the situation very little. He was mainly focused on his upcoming 21st birthday, and so were his fans as well as his detractors, all for their own reasons. But 21? Nova would swear in a post that he wouldn't let his drinking get out of control, proclaiming that having a World of T-Shirts arc is not an option. I find it extremely ironic that he thinks he's so much better than Josh. As insufferable as I think World of T-Shirts is, Nova is 10 times worse. Instead of having a World of T-Shirts arc, you know, traveling around the world with adoring fans chasing you everywhere, he's having his Gabe arc, which mostly consists of him eating salad in his very overgrown yard.
So, Panera came out with their strawberry summer salad that they do every year, and every time it comes out, I have to get it. But I've never done a review on it. So let's do one right now.
What the fuck?
They should have given me 2 things of dressing, because this isn't enough to coat a half salad.
I've been keeping an eye on Nova's yard for the past couple months, and for months it was not touched. The grass was over Gabe's waist. It had grown so long that it was producing seeds, and it wasn't just the grass, there were other weeds that were getting pretty big. I think that his yard got so out of control that even a conventional mower couldn't handle it. But inside the home was even worse. Ever since the end of the cleaning saga, things had gotten out of control. Not just Nova's room, but also the kitchen and dining room. Both were littered with trash, and Gabe himself wasn't faring much better. He was seen wearing the same shirt multiple days in a row. Sometimes they would have stains on them, but that wasn't all. His hair was much greasier than usual. It was very apparent that he had taken the loss of his Discord server pretty seriously.
I told you guys I'd be trying the hot honey pepperoni from Subway. I have it right here. And, of course, I went to my local Pilot Subway. Bon appetit. Me and the sandwich are gonna need a moment. So this is a 9 out of 10.
The same day, Nova would also post a video of him eating DoorDashed Denny's. You can see water has condensated all over the box. It's gonna be the soggiest French toast he's ever eaten. I have to include a short clip because this is ridiculous.
Alright, I don't know why, but just today, I was really craving some French toast from Denny's.
Needless to say, the food reviews were getting more low effort. In the past, there used to be Dutch subtitles, and he would go to fancy sushi restaurants to review the cuisine, but it's devolved into him eating wet Denny's while trying to show off the cleanest room in his house. He's been filming more and more content in the living room. His room in particular has gotten so bad that he almost can't film anything in there. Long gone are the days of him playing albums on his record player, or brewing Keurig in his room, which is an insane fire hazard. It's legitimately how Chris Chan burned down his house. They had a Keurig in the bathroom. But I digress. The point I'm trying to make here is that Nova's room...
What's he even saying? I think that's even... What's it? What? What? Is it that? Where was it? Coffee machine? Is that it? I'm so confused. How does that burn your house down? Am I like looking at the wrong thing? Keurig. I don't even know. A coffee machine?
The bathroom. But I digress. The point I'm trying
What the
to make
fuck?
here is that Nova's room is out of control. It's to the point where he almost can't even scream in it anymore.
TikTok isn't a real job. I hate having no job. So I've been applying everywhere. Because I hate admitting that I'm an American. I hate being American. We have the LGBTQ like me have zero rights. I
Yo!
know I'm dog
Oh,
shit at
wait.
this game. Send me some Malibu. I really want to try some Malibu. Sockness, thanks for the donation.
Something that's even crazier about Nova's messy home is that he doesn't have a job. He has all of the time in the world to clean it. You heard in that brief clip that he is tired of not having a job, as well as being American. But I'm not sure if I believe him, because I think if he was just so desperate to do something, he would at least clean up the house. But personally, I think he sees it as impossible. It's just too much work and they value too much of that garbage. So I really doubt that the state of the home will ever change.
That's
But that's not
fucked.
all I want to talk about from that last clip, because there are even more parallels to Chris Chan, particularly the mention of Jacob Sockness. I believe I talked about it briefly in my other video, but Jacob Sockness is a Chris Chan superfan, but not in a fascinated or curious kind of way, in a romantic way. Jacob
What?
is in love with Chris, or at least has very strong carnal desires towards him. Well, I guess Jacob has a type, because more and more he's been poking around Nova's streams, sometimes insulting him, and other times flirting. I have no idea where this is gonna go, but I will say that Sockness is relentless, and if I was Gabe, I would be worried. But he has far bigger concerns. He's one of TikTok's biggest food reviewers, and that is the only reason that he's been door dashing all of this food.
Bruschetta pizza?
Aside from the occasional stream where Nova raged out, things were pretty normal for the time being. That is, until the long-awaited day came, Nova's birthday. People knew that this would be the beginning of something problematic for Gabe, but he was extremely excited, deciding that he was going to make the most of his birthday, and the best he could do was go out to eat absolutely alone, trying to quote-unquote beat the buffet.
Can I beat the buffet on my birthday? Let's find out. Brazilian pork sausage. I think this is a bacon wrapped sausage. It's okay. Classic shrimp.
Oh my god, what the fuck?
And my final piece of meat
Yo.
is some flank steak. Absolutely delicious. But did I beat the buffet? Put your ideas in the comments below.
Nova celebrating holidays alone is a reoccurring theme. You'll see it again in this video when the 4th of July rolls around.
Oh, I saw that video.
But he said numerous times that he has no IRL friends, but not even his
That's
mom
sad,
wanted
bro.
to come. And we all know Uncle Drew's feelings towards him. But in case we didn't, he would post one of his infamous still text TikToks, proclaiming that even some of his family hates him at this point, and
Yo.
that he has barely anyone to rely on. Whenever Nova makes posts like this, it's usually family drama. There is no bigger enemy on this planet to Gabe than Uncle Drew. I've said it numerous times, but all of Nova's greatest meltdowns came at the hands of Drew. Drew has even claimed in the past that he's had to take Gabe down a couple notches during a physical altercation, and that his respect for Gabe's mom is less than zero. Uncle Drew is so over it. And I gotta gotta say, I can't blame him. Not only are there these horrible allegations out against Nova, but it's also that he doesn't have a steady job, wastes tons of money, and doesn't really take care of his ailing mom. Instead of taking more responsibility around the house or with bills, Nova would rather spend his money on junk. Recently, he's been really into Pokemon cards. I think he views opening them and getting rare ones as some kind of investment, which I'm sure works for some people, but not with someone who treats their things the way Nova does. It would also be around this time that Nova proclaimed that he was going on a weight loss journey, and that it would be the reason that food reviews would be on the back burner for now.
Hey y'all, so I just want to sit and have a talk about what I'm going to be posting here from now on. So basically, many of you know that I am ashamed of my body and have basically been trying to lose a little bit of weight. Well, I've been maintaining my weight for so long, and I figured maybe now is the time to start decreasing it a little bit. So from here on out, I'm not going to be posting very many food reviews. I've got a ton in my drafts, but I'm not going to post any for a little bit while I try to put off some of this weight. I might be doing low-calorie drink reviews and reviews that aren't full of sugar and all that, but yeah, I'm going to try and start changing up some of the content from here on out. Like, I want to lose some of my midsection area, like maybe go down to at least 225, be a little more secure about my body. It's just, losing weight is a challenge for me, at least. Because I've been like this my whole life. Well, not this heavy, but I've been carrying more in the midsection. So yeah, I'm going to be continuing the Pokemon card pack openings because I've been really enjoying those. And maybe some Yu-Gi-Oh card openings as well. Something that I think I'm going to cancel is the Mocktail series. The series within a series. And also the create your own fast food hacks. I haven't made those videos in a long time, and I think it's time to put them to the side. I'm gonna end off the mocktails, so yeah. I might bring back a once in a great while mocktail video, but yeah, who knows. Anyways, guys, expect a lot more karaoke videos, expect less food reviews, and expect more Pokemon card openings.
He did not stop making food reviews. Actually, one of the next videos he would post would be one, but it was far from what everyone was interested in, because while he was preparing his Uncle Roger's uncle sauce, there was a singular bag on his kitchen table that was moving.
I can't wait any longer, so I'm gonna get it out of the fridge now. Why So Weak Challenge, Level 2, Uncle Sauce. And soon, we're also gonna do Level 3, Auntie Oil. Pasta's boiling. Add in the Uncle Sauce. Here it is. Okay.
What am I looking for?
That's hot. I don't know if I can do the Auntie Oil.
Is that wind? That's so fucked. Look how much shit is everywhere.
Shit. That's hot.
Before I even talk about the table, I'd also like to talk about the fridge. From what we can see, the door is absolutely packed with various bags. God only knows how old some of that food is. But then there's also his table. Some people think that it might be a fan that was blowing the bag, but I looked around and there are other pieces of plastic there. I even tried to time the movement of the bag to see if there was a pattern. I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but I was just thinking if there was some kind of fan that was rotating, the bag might be moving at certain intervals, but not even that was the case. I personally have no idea what's going on there, but I've heard people say it's maggots, it could be mice. Really, when your home is in the condition that Gabe's is in, it is only a matter of time before pests set up shop. If you somehow don't believe me now, just wait until we get a good look at Nova's room. And we hadn't seen his room in a while because Nova had been streaming without a face cam, and these streams mainly consist of Nova drinking alcohol, raging at chat, and whatever game he's playing.
That's really good. Holy shit. Did not expect it to be that good. Sorry, I guess I'm just not in the best mood right now. Why is everyone being assholes? That's it. Fuck this.
Before I go any further, I want to give a massive shout out to Chin Universe. You may have also heard of their other channel, Buse and Faker. Both of these channels are great for their own perspective people they cover. Chin Universe catches a lot of Nova's cringe lives and condenses them into a digestible format. There are so many amazing Nova rages that would have been lost without them, and most of the live stream clips that I'm using in this video come from their channel. So a massive shout out to them. Other than streaming, Nova wasn't doing much, just singing karaoke and opening Pokemon cards. But then came a day that Nova was very excited for, and that's the Spokane Pride Parade. Nova has attended this parade for years, he absolutely loves it, and would film numerous TikToks from this year's parade.
Kids. What the fuck?
I'm sorry if there's a lot of blurry moments from that video. I tried my best to censor out any children that I saw. Some of them were in strollers, and Nova's like 5 feet from them, just having the time of his life. And I can't say I'm surprised that he enjoyed the event so much, because everyone was itching to get photos with him.
Excuse me, are you Nova? Yeah. Can I get a picture? I don't
Oh my god.
I've been following you since the Wingstop review. Whoa, that was a long time ago. That was a long time ago. That was like 3 years ago. 3 years ago. Here, take my phone. I can't believe I've been known for that long. Right? I love you.
Oh my god.
I literally just turned 21 too. Yeah. Oh yeah. Please don't touch me. Oh, sorry.
Can I get one too if that's okay?
Yeah, I don't mind. Thank you, Nova. We love your videos.
Oh my
I appreciate
god.
it. Seriously. And your new haircut, bro. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one.
We love you, Nova. Thank you so much. We've been following your career since Wingstop. You want to know the funniest thing about this besides Nova saying he didn't want to touch them? It's that these people tried to claim that they were making fun of Gabe. Couldn't you tell? We said that we liked his haircut. I can almost guarantee you that if you've been following him since the Wingstop review, you know well about his Discord antics. Almost everyone does. It's referenced by—
No, but you're not gonna go up and press him. Like, let's be real. Yeah, I'm getting a photo of him when I see him in real life. That'd be sick as fuck. Shit.
commenters in countless of his TikToks. But these two weren't the only ones there stroking Nova's ego. There's also this genius who has an even worse excuse. Look at the description she put under a photo of her with Nova. I do not support Nova. I tried to get pics of him from afar to show my BF. Keep in mind, he's not just a lolcow, but infamous here as a local, even before the PDF allegations came out. But he wouldn't stop moving behind one of the people he was with. Surprisingly didn't look like a minor. Heard his voice right next to me and couldn't believe my eyes. The reason why this post is so weird is because just how knowledgeable this person was of Nova's past, and to still decide to stroke his ego, making him feel like some kind of celebrity. I don't know, that's basically the whole parade event. Nova had a great time and felt like a local celebrity, but things at home were not quite so glamorous. For the first time in a while, Nova used a face cam that was halfway decent, and when he got up to do something something in his house, we would get an amazing look on just how cluttered his room had gotten.
Yo. Where's his bed? Is that his bed? Oh, he's got a PlayStation.
I
W
was
PlayStation.
so busy looking at how big the heap had gotten that I didn't even recognize the carpet until much later. It's almost blood got.
Yo.
I was so busy looking at how big the heap had gotten that I didn't even recognize the carpet until much later. It's almost black. There are stains on top of stains on top of stains. I think that the other part of Nova's room is just as bad. He used to film a ton of videos in there, but we haven't seen any for quite some time, and I think it's because he's trying to hide the conditions of his home. So he'll go and film in what he views as cleaner rooms. So this new stint of using a face cam was pretty short-lived, but he was still streaming quite a bit, even booting one up on Father's Day, which is a pretty touchy day for him. So he was already in a mood, and the trolls in chat took full advantage of this.
No, I'm not drunk. But I just cracked open a Jack and Coke. Oh, that's actually not too bad. Not even 5 minutes into the stream. Not even 3 minutes, and I've already sent 3 people to Pound Town. Okay, all you're doing is spam. Not even 3 minutes, and I've already sent 3 people to Pound Town. Okay, all you're doing is spamming at this point. They're spamming the fucking whirlwind legs. I don't have Sea of Thieves either. Alright, that's it. You're being sent to Pound Town. No, this mellow guy. I'm literally about to cut.
I can, like, picture exactly what they said. I have Sea of Thieves. Like, what? How is he, like... Oh, yeah, I guess he's a dumbass. Like, yeah.
Cut the stream off because people are ruining the stream for everyone else. No, it wasn't because it wasn't because of Siege. It was because of that Romello guy. Hey, fuck off, bitch! Run in hell! Talk shit about me all you want. Bring my fucking dad into this. That's when you cross the motherfucking line, babe. Go to hell. To everyone else who's being a real fan, thank you. Alright, I'm gonna stop before I lose any brain cells from the haters. To the real fans, thank you. But I'm sorry for that crash out.
Needless to say, Nova's Father's Day didn't go very well. He should have wished his Uncle Drew a happy Father's Day. Uncle Drew really tried his best to steer Gabe the way that he thought was right, and he got nothing but hate and disrespect for it. Kinda like Nova in this next segment I'm gonna talk about. A poor segue into the next topic, but I didn't think of any other good way. Nova would commission a cameo from a famous person, a man named James Buckley who acted on The In-Betweeners. I don't know much about it, but it's British and I've been told it's pretty good. Well, Mr. Buckley didn't give Nova quite the cameo that he expected. Nova asked him if he could help him feel more comfortable with his body, and James basically told him to lose weight.
Okay, so I got myself a cameo from James Buckley. Y'all may better know him from his acting in The In-Betweeners. And hey, I asked him to help me feel more secure about my weight. So basically, he said it's easier said than done. And basically, what I should do is, basically, I should probably, like, eat less, exercise a little bit more, etc. But basically, that's a lot easier said than done.
Seems like he told Nova to eat less, exercise more, and if he still cared about it, to then just not. I think I'm gonna have to go watch me this show, because those are truly inspirational words from James. But surprisingly, it didn't seem to have much of an effect on Nova, because one of his very next posts would be another classic text wall. In this one he says, "My life, I'm sick of being labeled what I'm not. And I just want to be respected for once." Crying emoji. I don't know what he's particularly referencing there, but I assume it could be the allegations of grooming or being a sicko, which all have numerous cases of evidence to back them up. I guess he's just sad that people aren't buying his excuses. And around this time, Gabe was full of them. He would post another TikTok where he said no words, only presenting a message and then shaking his head on camera. He says that he thought his room was bad. Some of the rooms in here are way worse I don't have roaches or maggots in mine, and I can't imagine living with them. That's pretty big talk for a
What?
guy that's not showing their room, who hasn't shown their whole room in months, and who just a few days before had a mysterious bag moving on his kitchen table. Like I said earlier, the resolution he came to about weight loss and the wise words of that actor had no effect on him. Not even a week after he declared there would be less food reviews, it was back to regularly scheduled programming.
Wendy's came out with the brand new Takis Fuego meal. Today, we're going to be trying out all the Fuego items. That's better. Let's give this a try. We're going to be trying this week's Crumble Cookies menu. I only got mini cookies because I don't like to waste food. Confetti cake. Oh, I forgot what this one was. Raspberry butter cake. Chocolate cake. How does this qualify as a cookie? I don't know. And finally, the Moonbeam ice cream cookie.
Oh my god. Oh,
I need another bite to
what
determine the
fuck?
flavors. Give me a sec. A 7.5 out of 10.
But not everything was burger reviews and
Check it.
crumble cookies.
Hmm.
No, Nova still had very real problems, like the rise in people going to his house, either
Yo.
trespassing on his property or leaving him things. And one day when he was braiding Nova cord in his backyard, he would be confronted by two individuals doing this. And this is what ended up happening.
Read the sign! No trespassing!
Oh my god.
You too, bitch! Look at me sideways.
The chat is funny as fuck. What's he doing?
First time that's happened. Yeah, I'm fine. You can see me shaking. Oh, shit.
Stop clicking on the profiles. What the fuck?
I'm stopping the stream. I'm not gonna have that happen.
The live streams had honestly gotten crazy. I think ever since Nova has been able to drink alcohol, he's been a little bit more aggressive during these streams.
Applying for anything I can. No one wants to motherfucker fire. I paid the fuck up rent. Now shut the fuck up. Alright, that's fuck up it. That's fuck up it. I am sending so many people to Pound Town tonight.
It seemed like the
What
trolling
does that
in his
mean?
live streams was getting worse with time. But there was one hobby that he actually took solace in, something that he enjoyed, and that was opening trading card packs, Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! In particular. And one week, one of his loving fans would send him some totally legit expensive Pokemon card
Oh my
packs.
God.
They're called Evolutions. Only problem is that the packs he got were completely fake, with the packaging being red instead of blue.
In the next episode of Should I Open It or Should I Keep It Sealed, we're going to be opening up 4 of these XY Evolutions packs, and I'm keeping one of them sealed.
It would actually take a commenter in one of Nova's TikToks to point this out to him, and he acted like it wasn't a very big deal, but these packs would have been pretty expensive if they were real. I love how the series is called Should I Open It or Should I Keep It Sealed? When he opens almost everything. I've never seen him put one to the side. I don't know.
Bro. What the actual fuck? That's just bad. Oh my god.
I'm probably just
Oh my
nitpicking.
God.
It's extremely minor in the face of many things Nova has done. But I think that these
Ew.
Pokemon cards did have an impact on him. because one of his very next TikToks would be about him and some of the struggles that he's recently been having.
I've really been struggling. And I just wanted to say this up front because it seems like everyone's turning a blind eye to this, so I don't know if you can tell, but I've lost my motivation to shower, and I find comfort in eating. That's why I'm so fat. I'm not gonna even sign off because this is bloody serious.
Nova was also pissed that people were still telling him to get a job. He claimed that he had been trying to get one for months and that no one would hire him, but a lot of people didn't believe this, so he would make a video showing all of the jobs that he had applied to in the past few days, and some of them were extremely ironic, like being a hotel housekeeper.
Okay, I am sick and
Yo. He's not cleaning shit.
Yo.
fucking tired of these comments showing up on every single fucking video I post when I am actively looking for a job, but nobody wants to fucking hire me. So, I've had it. I'm gonna show you proof that I'm actually applying for jobs. First up, bakery assistant. They viewed my application, never heard back. Also, cook at a Mexican restaurant. Applied. They probably hit delete on my application before they even viewed it. Next up, line cook at a local bar. They viewed my application, yet I haven't heard back. Hotel housekeeper at a local hotel. They never viewed my application. Even Taco Bell hasn't even gotten back to me yet. And as you can see, these were all applied for within the last week.
As I'm sure you expected, not a single one of these jobs got back to Nova. I think it's because he's quit or been fired from so many, and also his extremely poor reputation around town, as well as on the internet.
Nah, they're
a
definitely hiring
reputation
people
that was
for
about
real.
to get even worse, because an interview from allegedly one of Nova's ex-friends would surface on Twitter. A Twitter user called Solidus Nova would be contacted by a person claiming to have been Nova's friend from the time that they were 14 to 17.
Oh,
What
shit.
you're about to hear is a voice recording that has been altered to conceal the identity of Nova's alleged victim, and it is extremely disturbing. Viewer discretion is
That
advised.
chicken looks so nice.
So what happened was is that I was friends with him for almost 3 years, or like about 3 years. So I was 14, turning 15 when I became friends with him, and he used to play Fortnite on Twitch. He doesn't use Twitch anymore, but he had a Twitch account, and I used to play Fortnite with him. Like, he would invite me to play, and we were playing Fortnite, and he asked me, "Hey, can I have your Discord so like I can text you better?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." And the only time he would text me is to hop on Fortnite, and I was like, "Okay, cool, whatever." And this is before I saw like the weird stuff about him or whatever. And I was like, okay, whatever, right? Telling me, oh, fuck my life, I hate my life, blah, blah. But then he wouldn't respond to what I was saying to him. Or when I would reply back to him, he would just low key just, I fucking hate my life, my life. Like, I wish I did. And then I would respond, like, why? What's wrong? And then no respond until he'd be like, I fucking hate my life. And then I'd be like, why? What's wrong? Ah! But then he was having a contest of like in his server, he was trying to make like have a contest, see who could make the best merch, right? And I sent him like, hey, this is like what I think you'll be a good merch for you. And it was really cool. And he told me that he was gonna use it, but he never used it to make merch. But then later on in our friendship, he would like we would play games and we would do this and that, right? But then he was telling me like, oh, I fucking hate my life. And then he'd be like, oh, I fucking hate my life. And then I'd be like, what's wrong? And usually he wouldn't respond. But that day he was like, oh, it's just the trolls and stuff, and they're saying mean things about me. And I was like, why? Like, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, well, they're saying I talk to little kids. And I was like, they think you talk to little kids? Like, what? And he was like, yeah, and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, it's gonna be okay. Like, everything's gonna be better. I promise, blah, blah, blah. And everything's gonna be okay. I know, blah, 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 it'll be okay. And he'd be like, "Oh, thank you." And then he wanted me to join a voice call. And I've never joined a voice call with this guy besides only like voice chat in Fortnite. And he was talking to me and he was like, "I'm sad. I wish I had a hug. I wish I could hug you." And I was like,
Yo.
"Really? Oh, okay." And then I'd be like, "Yeah, but I'm," how old was I? Like 16? I was like 16. And so I was like, "Oh, I'm 16." And he was like, "Well, I'm not being weird, am I?" And I was like, "No, it's just a little." And so like that was happening, and he was telling me like, "Oh, you're making me regress." And I was like, "What's regress?" Right? And he was like, "Oh, it's where I just go back to the state of being a little kid. You make me feel like I want to be a little kid again." And I was like, "Why?" And he's like, "Because you're such a mommy." And I was like,
What?
"What?" And he was like, "Yeah, you're such a mommy. You do this and you do that, and you comfort me when I'm sad." And I was like, "Well, I'm just being a friend." And he was like, "Yeah, but it's more than that." And I was like, "Okay, that's kind of weird." Whatever. And then he was like, we were then I started seeing the videos on TikTok, and then I went down a rabbit hole of Nova, and I was like, "Wait, all of this makes sense." Like with the diapers, and when he would talk to me, he would use like the baby voice, right? And so I went on a rabbit hole, and I was like, "Wait, so the guy that I consider a friend actually is not doing, like, he's a weirdo." So then I was just curious because I was like,
How long does it take you to
I'm
plan a
done.
site structure? The answer is too long.
because I was just dead ass curious. So I was asking because I seen videos about his binky, and I was like, "Oh, let me just ask." And I was like, "Do you have a binky? I think I seen a video about it." And he was like, "All these fucking trolls, they say that I have binkies, blah blah blah. I don't." And I was like, "Do you?" And he was like, "Well, I do." And so
What?
he showed me his binky, and he said that he like sucking on him, reminds him of being a baby, or he like would hold a stuffed animal and he would turn on his camera and be like, "I wish it was you, wish it was you." And I was like, "Okay, this is kind of weird, like I'm getting uncomfortable." And I was telling him I was getting uncomfortable. He was like, "You think I'm a weirdo? You think I do this? You think I do that? Blah blah blah." And I was like, "Bro, what the?" And then he sent me because he said that my voice was relaxing. He says that I think it's personally annoying, but whatever. But he was saying that my voice was relaxing and that like he could fall asleep to it. And then he sent me like this thing of like his favorite ASMRs, and some of them would be like, "Mommy gives you a hug, mommy gives you kisses," and he would tell me that he wanted me to like, I guess, make one for him because
What?
he was so much of a mom, like I was so much of a mother or a mommy, I guess, which is weird. But I have a lot of screenshots of text between Nova. I have videos of him showing me his binky and stuff like that. But he Loki was like using me for a little bit, like, and I was like, no, I'm gonna stop being your friend because one, you're making me uncomfortable. Two, you're using me because I'm nice to you, and three, he'd be like just asking me for weird stuff, and I was like, "Dude, I'm just not gonna be your friend anymore."
This individual was able to provide messages between them and Nova, adding even more
Oh my
credibility to
god.
this interview, and Gabe has yet to respond to it. But the allegations made in it are very disturbing, and sadly all behavior that we've seen Nova display before. And it's also not the last time in this video that we'll see someone come forward from Nova's past. But for now, it was the 4th of July. Like I said, Nova had refused to respond to this damning interview that was released, instead making a video recording his 4th of July celebration, where much like his birthday, he celebrates alone, lighting off a fountain completely by himself, and lighting a part of his yard on fire in the process.
Today I'm lighting off my first firework in over 5 years. Just a disclaimer, please be careful when using fireworks. Don't be dumb and stupid. Walking down with my firework, the Tiny Titan. Let's light it. Place it down. Got it.
Yo, there's mad people flying in the background.
Whoa, shit! Happy 4th, everyone!
Yeah. I know what I'm gonna
Holy
react
shit.
to. Shit.
Oh, this is going on for pretty long! Is it almost done yet? How is it still going? Okay, get the frick away, get the frick away. How is it going on for this long?
That is pretty cool. Only $10.
That was worth it.
I wonder what happened 5 years ago that had Nova
10
lighting
USD.
off fireworks. Maybe things were just better with Uncle Drew. Who knows? A lot of Nova's past remains shrouded in mystery. But recently, someone on TikTok would come forward shining some light on it. A woman claiming that she went to middle school with Gabe, and that it went about as well as you'd expect. Not only does she claim that she went to middle school with him, but she also provides videos that she claims have them both in it. I'm not going to show them in this video because they're children at that point, but what I'm trying to get across here is that while it's not 100% confirmed, she is extremely confident and has some sort of evidence. So I want you guys to at least hear her story.
What's
I
she
think
say?
we all know who Nova is. This weirdo. I went to middle school with him, and all my friends have been telling me to make a video about it. So here we are. Just to clear off some suspicions, no, he was not a band kid. He was a choir kid. I was
It's the same
in the
thing.
select choir. It was an all-girls choir. You had to audition for it. It was only for the 8th graders. And he was not happy that he wasn't in it. So he made his own choir outside of school and invited a
What?
whole bunch of girls that were in the select choir and the regular, like, extracurricular choir. He invited a whole bunch of us over to his house with an invitation that said, you have to be comfortable using exercise machines for music videos. So as you can see, this was from May 27th, 2017. At this time, we both would have been in 7th grade. So Gabe, Nova, whatever, sent me this text message. He wanted us to pick songs for the choir, so those were the songs of mine that he chose, whatever. He sent me his address, and I asked if my friend could come with me because I was uncomfortable. I, at this point, hadn't even asked my mom because he had been pressuring me over and over and again at school, telling me, like, do you have an answer yet? Do you have an answer yet? So I just told him yes to get out of it. I didn't end up going, so I have no idea what happened, like, there. But he wanted us to use exercise machines for a music video because he wanted to sing Total Eclipse of the Heart. And he was very, very mad at me for not going, and he made it very obvious. He was telling people that he was really mad at me, and then I stabbed him in the back.
I dare you to let
I want
me
to see a
build
photo
you
of him
a
when he was
completely
younger.
free e-commerce store.
That'd be so
preloaded with
funny.
20
But that
Surely
was
it shows him.
short-lived, because in middle school we had a thing called Friday sharing, and it was you put your name on the list, and on Friday we would go through the list, and when your name was up, you got to perform. And I was somehow in the select choir and the extracurricular choir at the same time, like different periods. So I was there in class, and he comes up and he asks like 5 or 6 of us to go up to the front of the class with him, and we're like, okay. This dude proceeds to sing Love Me Like You Do by Elle Goulding and basically Magic Mike, like, lap dance that shit.
Yo.
And our teacher had to stop it because we were all uncomfortable. We all were just sitting there like, because we were 12. What are you supposed to do? Our teacher told him to stop, talked him in the hallway. We moved on to the next performances. Nothing kind of came out of that. He was also really touchy, like, with girls. I cannot tell you a single girl that I went to middle school with that was not uncomfortable around him, because he was always like grabbing you, feeling you, some other way.
Personally, I don't think she's lying. I could see all of this happening. A photo of her and Gabe together has surfaced, so it's all but confirmed that she at the very least went to middle school with Nova. She also said that she might be releasing a video with more stories soon, so I'll
Hell
have
yeah.
to keep an eye out for that. The only other thing of note that I can think to mention is that Nova's lawn finally got mowed. I think it was actually weed-eated. The grass was way too high for any standard kind of mower, and a weed eater had magically appeared in Nova's front room. People think that if Nova was actually responsible for this maintenance, he would have filmed it, so many have theorized that it was Nova's mom that ended up taking the initiative. I don't know if that's the truth, but I do believe that Gabe had nothing to do with it, or else he'd be bragging. There's actually a lot of stuff that he's not bragging about. The new interview with an alleged minor that knew and talked to Nova for years, the revelation from a woman claiming to be his former classmate, the ever-increasing amount of drinking present in his live streams, as well as the ever-deteriorating state of his home. This list could go on for hours, and I think that with time it will only lengthen, because Nova never changes.
W Nova. I don't know how. Did he live by himself? I don't know how that's physically even possible. This makes no sense. Literally. Literally makes no sense.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Who are you? Where are you? What house are you from?
I stay down the street, sir.
Where?
I'll give you my address. 1 second. Let me just wrap this up, sir. I'm gonna give you my address, all right? 1 second, sir. Oh my god.
You are fucking stupid!
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so.
I gotta bury my dog!
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry, sir. Oh my god, dude. There's no way. Wait, how?
Yo,
the cops. Nigga, we out. The cops. Come on. Cuff.
Yo. There's no way they actually killed the dog. There's no fucking way. There's no way. There's actually no way. There's actually no way. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wait, that's actually fucked up. That's actually fucked. That's actually fucked.
On the street, sir.
Where?
What
My
happened?
dog is dead!
How?
Because of what you did!
Oh my god.
Who are you? Where are you? What house are you from?
I stay down the street, sir.
Where?
I'll give you my address. 1 second. Let me just wrap this up, sir. I'm gonna give you my address, all right? 1 second, sir. Oh my god.
You are fucking stupid!
Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so.
I gotta
Wait, that's not even.
I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry, sir.
Wait, no way, he's not trolling.
There's no way.
Yo,
The cops. We out. Nigga, we out. The cops. Come on. Cuff.
nigga, where my wallet at?
Come on.
Nigga, hold on, where my wallet, gang?
Your wallet?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Nigga, what you mean? Yeah, you are. What are you running from? They're here. They'll be here in a minute.
Bro.
We out.
Wait,
Nigga, I'm out! Nigga. Oh, dip! Dip, cuff, dip!
Cops, wait.
Dip!
Which one?
Dip, right.
Right. I gave a shit.
Yo! That's fucked. That's so fucked. That's so fucked.